Compared to the flagship Buds 3 Pro, the cheaper Buds 3 FE does seem to be missing a lot of features. It really is a back-to-basics approach here, which emphasizes more on what people do need in a pair of earbuds. So, for example, it's got the same graphic equalizer and sound presets as the Buds 3 Pro, the same touch and squeeze gestures, adjustable noise cancelling, and the case does hold a bit more charge for up to 30 hours of battery compared to the previous 26 hours of the Buds 3 Pro. But what you don't get is the Buds 3 Pro's Adapt Sound to Fit feature, no adaptive noise cancelling, no auto switch to ambient sound, which is quite a useful feature for general awareness, no head tracking for spatial audio, no wireless charging, no super wide band speech for clearer voice pickup from the microphones, and it doesn't do UHQ or ultra high quality audio. So it doesn't support high-res audio in any sense, not even on Samsung devices, unlike the Buds 3 Pro. No blade lights either, but honestly, it's flashy, but I don't think many people would care about that. What everyone does care about is performance. Performance in terms of sound, mic pickup, noise cancelling, and transparency. And is there any area in which the Buds 3 FE beats the Buds 3 Pro? Heck, is there anything it does better than even the much older Buds 2 Pro? We're gonna find out, so buckle up, links in the pinned comment if you want to track the latest prices on Amazon, or click here for the latest Shopee price. And for more reviews like this one, get subscribed and tap the bell button to stay notified. In terms of microphone quality, the Buds 3 FE is very comparable to the Buds 3 Pro. For example, in quiet conditions, my voice sounded a little more clear on the Pro, yes, but they're both very close overall in terms of voice fidelity. And in noisy, windy conditions, they both applied aggressive noise gating that almost completely cut my voice out. On the other hand, the Buds 2 Pro, the much older model, actually did pretty well in this test. This was tested in both quiet and noisy conditions using really loud cafe noise and wind noise from this fan. I'm now making a phone call in a quiet place using the Samsung Buds 3 FE. I'm now making a phone call in a quiet place using the Samsung Buds 3 Pro. I'm now making a phone call in a quiet place using the Samsung Buds 2 Pro. I'm now making a phone call in a noisy, windy place using the Samsung Buds 3 FE. The quick bounce helps from over. I'm now making a phone call in a noisy, windy place using the Samsung Buds 3 Pro. The quick bounce helps from over. The lazy door. I'm now making a phone call in a noisy, windy place using the Samsung Buds 2 Pro. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Honestly, for the Buds 3 Pro, it wasn't this way before. I remember when the Buds 3 Pro first came out, mic pickup was so good, excellent even, that I gave it an S rank. But after recent firmware AY series updates, I've got no choice really but to kick it down to rank C, which is where the Buds 3 FE is also at. On the other hand, I am quite impressed, really, with how the much older Buds 2 Pro performed even today. Even though my voice sounded very muffled and robotic, at least it's somewhat intelligible with a very faint hint of background noise only, so I am giving it a rank B. In terms of active noise cancelling, the Buds 3 FE is actually a little weaker than the Buds 3 Pro, from the cancelling of low-frequency noises to the mids. In those areas, it is actually quite similar in terms of performance to the Buds 2 Pro, but somehow it's able to deal with upper mids and highs a little better compared to the rest. This basically means that even though you're going to get more noise coming through on public transport, it can deal with droning, higher pitched noises a little better compared to the Buds 2 Pro and the Buds 3 Pro, from the noises of fans to air conditioning. Now, something that certain people might also prefer about the Buds 3 FE is that it doesn't have much white noise hissing when in noise cancelling mode, unlike the Buds 3 Pro, which in quiet situations, you can actually hear a very faint white noise hissing. Anyway, I've recorded some noise cancelling samples. Have a listen. Now, if you want to compare its active noise cancelling and call quality to other products, for just $1 per month or more, you can access my secret weapon, my personal database, which lets you compare the samples A to B directly. Hundreds of people have joined up because this saves you so much time being able to just cut through all the marketing and compare the products yourself without visiting a store. Most stores don't even let you try the products due to hygiene reasons. So join now on YouTube or Patreon through the links below. In terms of their ambient sound mode or transparency mode, the Buds 3 FE is more similar to the Buds 3 Pro than the Buds 2 Pro. Now, that is a good thing because the Buds 3 Pro right now is still one of the best for transparency. So transparent that there's very little difference between not wearing earbuds and wearing the Buds 3 Pro, which makes them awesome for general awareness and verbal exchanges with people. Now, I can say the same for the Buds 3 FE, although I will say this, it does sound a little more dull in the high frequencies. So vocals or voices do sound a smidge less crisp during verbal exchanges, but it is still a huge improvement over the older Buds 2 Pro, which sounded very occluded in general. It even has a big roll-off in the upper mids to highs, which makes them sound very muffled in transparency mode. Now, before we discuss their sound quality, it's important to note that the Buds 3 FE does have a smaller single driver setup compared to the dual driver with planar setup of the Buds 3 Pro. So right off the bat, I'm already expecting them to sound very different. According to these measurements, they don't look too far off from the Buds 3 Pro in terms of tuning. But for starters, the Buds 3 FE does sound a little thinner in the bass. Even on max bass settings, they can't extend as low or have as much tactility in the upper bass frequencies. So bass heads might not really be as satisfied with Buds 3 FE compared to the Buds 3 Pro. Mids to bass separation is also a little more dull, so vocals do sound a bit more muddy, and there is less sizzle and airiness in the highs, which in turn affects the Buds 3 FE's sensation of space. Comparing it to the Buds 2 Pro, the older Pro model has a cleaner and brighter sound signature, even if its bass response is actually more similar to the Buds 3 FE. Now, what I do like about the FE compared to the Buds 3 Pro and the Buds 2 Pro is that they've got less sibilance. So it doesn't sound as hot and sizzly. And actually, if you have not had the Buds 3 Pro or the Buds 2 Pros before, the Buds 3 FE does sound pretty damn good. Have a listen.
Funny how I wanna be submissive now. Got a man who holds me down. You grinding and I don't know how. I guess the soft life made me act right. Big boss, where you make me feel so at ease. Independent, but I follow your lead. Ain't no games we play for keeps. You got the ring, so tell me, Papa, what do you need? In the morning when you get dressed, Zeus in the evening. #1 pride.
To compare their sound quality to other earbuds, go to loud&wireless.com/sound samples. Now, overall, I get it. I get that the Buds 3 FE is meant as a budget alternative to the Buds 3 Pro. So something's gotta give, right? Some features have gotta be cut, yo, but my gripe with it is that these features are cut to the point where it's no longer competitive, even without factoring in the countless alternatives from brands like Soundcore, Earfun, and Nothing. You can literally get a legit Galaxy Buds 2 Pro for less than the Buds 3 FE. And depending on where you look, you can also get the Buds 3 Pro at a similar price point. What would have made better sense to me is if Samsung did chop some features, yes, but maintained certain things like the Buds 3 Pro's dual drivers, its noise cancelling performance, and perhaps even its wireless charging. That would have made the Buds 3 FE more appealing. As for now, I certainly would wait till the FE is on discount before getting them. So click on the links in the pinned comment for their latest Amazon prices in case they're on promo. And if you want to see more reviews from this channel, get subscribed and tap the bell button to stay notified. In the meantime, I've got several videos I want to show you, like which are the best sounding earbuds and which earbuds have the best mic pickup in extremely noisy conditions. Do check them out.